you got married, at the peak. I think you're in your late 20s, right? 28, 29 when you got married to a high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't know how you're on the road constantly with that much fame, that much success, that much money, and that much options, let's say, and you're able to enter a marriage and have what looks like on the outside, a healthy relationship for decades.
35 years.
That's incredible. So I feel like you've innovated this in a space
No, I
where,
can't take that credit.
well, I feel like, not many people.
It's fewer and far between.
That's what I'm
Bono's
saying.
married as long. Bruce is married almost
very,
as long.
very few. How were you able to have a healthy, successful, thriving marriage and relationship while all the other, ego stuff and fame and just travel and success?
That one was easy. That didn't take
Really?
a genius. We grew together.
Wow.
We went to high school together.
Yeah.
So we came through this whole roller coaster ride together. So no matter my highs or my lows, she's seen them.
Wow.
And that was integral. She didn't meet me at the pinnacle of my successes or the low points in my career and pick me up out of a gutter somewhere. So we grew up in the same hometown with the same kind of values, same kind of family background, middle class upbringing.
She saw you doing cover band stuff back
Sure.
then. Yeah.
In high school, so that one I just was, thank God, fortunate enough to get right the first time, and we held on. It wasn't. We never really had any kind of difficulties.
Really?
Knock wood,
That's
it's been
incredible.
35 years.
What do you think is the key? And I'm not sure if anyone asked you about relationship or marriage, advice ever, but what would you say are the 3 keys to having a long-term successful relationship while thriving at the top of your career as well?
I don't know. I mean, the relationship thing, like I said, is mutual respect.
Okay.
Admiration and mutual respect is at the top of this for me. To be a good listener and know it's not all about me. It's about we. It's about both of us. It's about all of us. It's about the family dynamic. So of course I'm always going to be the narcissist lead singer in the house, but there's no platinum records hanging in my house. Like we left that long time ago in our home. So admiration, mutual admiration society, being a good listener, growing together, just finding her in a way that, like, I get excited in the morning when I see her every single day.
35 years later.
I get excited every single day.
What's the thing you love about her the most?
That she absolutely knows that she loves me, like, with all of her heart.
Wow.
There's no question, there's no doubt, there's not even a glimmer of doubt, there's not even a hint of a glimmer of doubt that this is it. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I got this one right.
When you're coming off stage in front of 80,000 people and you're the man and you're selling out the biggest tour in history back to back and people are screaming every word and chanting your name, and then you go home and someone's upset at you or they want you to listen to them, how do you get over your ego of being John Bon Jovi and saying, I'm going to be a great partner?
It might take a minute to walk it off, when you're on the road for a long time, especially in those younger years when we would be on the road so long that you could carry the lifestyle home. But I haven't even seen that guy in a long time.
Wow.
So it's of no interest to me to even see that guy. It really isn't. Boy, I'm really trying to be honest with you, because even if it was 10 or 15 years ago when we were just still, a little more wild and I don't mean this in it with like we're subdued now, but it's just in a little more ego-driven way.
Yes.
Even that wasn't a big deal.
Really?
Yeah,
Where did you learn that though? Did your
I
parents
think it's our
teach you this?
upbringing. It's who we are, where we come from, what we did.
Wow.
I was never a big drug guy. I was never the big drinking guy. I was never the big, one thing we learned on this journey, we're doing this interview right now in Los Angeles, California. I had a house out here for years on the beach in Malibu with all the beautiful people. And the first thing after owning that house for 4 or 5 years was, we got to sell this house.
Why?
We got to get the hell out of here. This is not conducive to a great relationship and a great life and a great career and a great grounded who we are, what we are, where we come from.
Wow.
And it was the same thing when we went home and wrote Slippery When Wet. It was like, we are being lumped in with these kind of bands that it's not our thing. And I was just like, I don't want to be a part of this scene. This is not who we are. It's not who I am. I don't give.
Right.
Go back home. Take that picture in the inner sleeve in our driveway, in our cars, with the blue jeans and T-shirts on, and sell that Malibu house. And you come out here and everyone's always looking over the shoulder, and they've got that, who's the bigger guy in the room? Who can I go and work? Who can I get something from? I gave that shit up so long ago. I give a about it. I am not impressed. I don't give a It's just that shallow shit will ruin you. And I know grown men who still are playing that game.
Wow.
And it's just sad.
Yeah.
And shallow.
What do you wish everyone knew about money, fame, and success?
Money doesn't make you smart. It just makes you rich.
Does it make you happy?
Does not make you happy. Now, can it pay for the bills so you can get, the doctor and the insurance and those things? It can. It solves some problems, but absolutely does not make you happy, and it doesn't make you smart. It just makes you wealthy.
What do you wish people knew about fame and accomplishments?
Accomplishments are all fabulous, especially if you worked hard for them, and you have you deserve the opportunity to accept the accolade in and of the moment and enjoy it. And then then you move on from it and don't measure who and what you are based on any kind of championship ring.
Right. It's not your identity.
It is not who you are. It's just what you do. And I too, I live by that credo. It's not who I am. It's just what I do. But I've met many a billionaire who they're not smart because, they're missing out on the good things in life, and on being a part of their community, on touching the lives of their wives and their children, on sleeping on their pillow at night and knowing that they did something good instead of for a buck.
Yeah. And what do you wish people knew about fame?
It's really an interesting question to ask at this juncture, right? It's 2024, and I remember having a conversation with my kids maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago. And them telling me about the internet and ways to make money. And I would say, but you got to write a song to make money. You have to learn how to act. We're talking about
I'm like a skill set.
Arts. I'm saying, referencing the art. Or you have to be an athlete and put in the 10,000 hours. I've been proven wrong, obviously, now, right? There's a whole world of people making a buck, and that is very confusing for me and my generation. It's very confusing for me and my generation. We were told that we could go to the moon because President Kennedy told us we could, but we had to go to school to learn how to do the science to get to the moon. We didn't just, snap our fingers and get lucky on the internet one day. So it's a very confusing time. But I don't think anything is a substitute for hard work and dedication and commitment. And, not every day you're going to win, but every day is an opportunity to participate in the process and measure your progress.
Absolutely. Well, you won a lot, though, consistently, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's all good.